Your brain on Christ. This guy says volcanoes are dragons. A TikTok Christian genius here. Let's see this.
Not what we thought they were. It turns out that volcanoes are not what we thought they were. They are spewing
what
lava
are they?
From deep under.
Let's hear it. Oh, it's not lava. Actually, my Christ brain says something. Like, dude, they can't.
Around the Earth's crust. They are actually the dead carcass. If you don't see it yet, maybe you will now. This
probably has a million likes.
A dragon that died. There are many other examples of volcanoes looking like the faces of dragons. Just like right here. And that's because they are. Now let's take a look at Mayon Volcano. And what do we have here to the right? It is the head of a dragon.
Oh, no way.
The entire mountain is the dead carcass that exploded.
Zoinks.
All that.
Dude, this, I'm convinced. I don't know about you guys, but I'm convinced.
Oh, great Odin's raven.
That's amazing. Is that not amazing? Definitely a dragon. Have you guys seen the memes where they have like the big, it's like a plateau and they go, look, it's really an ancient, huge tree. Megalithic ancient trees. That's this level type of stuff.
That is visible is the head. Here's another one, Mount Vesuvius. We got the dragon on the left, and
they'll also say dinosaurs aren't real.
Out all of the elements inside of its stomach, which I'll get to soon, and it created this mountain here. Now, I bet you didn't know that there are animals that actually use glycerin and potassium to make.
Dude, this guy has 289,000 followers. He's a flat earther that has videos about the ice wall. 289,000 followers for this kook. You got to be kidding me. Let's see. I'm sure he's a Christ brain. I'm sure he believes in Jesus. Where's the Bible? Yes, this is a giant vagina.
Yes,
oh my God.
This is a giant vagina that turned.
Is he serious? Is this a parody?
Many people never even knew that this was possible. And now, say this with me. If something looks like a giant body part, it is a giant body part. Who can guess what this is? If you guessed a giant mammary organ from the old world, then you would be correct. This comes from Utoba Cave in Bulgaria, which is a cave that has the exact dimensions.
Dude, I'm going to have to bookmark this one for later, bro. You kidding me? Dude, bookmark. Ooh, look at that one.
Male uterus. What a coincidence that.
Giant vagina, giant fossilized vagina, maybe Nephilim poon. Who doesn't like a giant vagina, right? Those are my favorite.
It definitely isn't part of a giant that was from the old world thousands of years ago that died suddenly and became a mountain. And speaking of giant structures,
there it is.
No way that this could be a giant tree stump, even though that is exactly what it looks like. And there is no way that the Himalayan pink sea salt that we eat is actually from the flesh of giants. Because there's absolutely no resemblance between flesh and.
Dude, this guy's being very obscure here.
Rock cutouts from those caves.
Bacon?
Definitely don't look like slabs of bacon.
Ancient bacon.
This for sure cannot be a giant turtle. And this here is another natural formation.
Dude, this guy has a channel about. Oh, that's obviously an ancient wang.
That definitely isn't a giant man-made axe on top of a giant tree stump. And this absolutely cannot be the eyeball of a giant gazing upon his last remaining moments as his body is turned to stone by the rising sun, destroying his skin. Yes.
Dude, this has 6,000 likes. He's trolling. It seems like he's trolling, but everybody seems to be believing it. It's hard to tell. I cannot tell if he's trolling or not. People really do believe this stupid stuff.
Fiery explosions that shoot out of their body, usually their butt, such as the bombardier beetle, which has a reaction going on inside of the back of its body, and then it just like shits out a huge flame of fire. So is it really that hard to think that perhaps there was an animal a long time ago that could shoot flames out of its mouth with just glycerin and potassium? But there we are. Now you know that volcanoes are actually the dead bodies of dragons, and there are chemical reactions going on which create the flames going upward, and it's just basically going on in the animal's stomach. However long this thing died, it was probably like 1,000 years ago.
Dude, is this guy for real? Look, Sarah Stock, this Christian influencer girl, says dinosaurs aren't real. Under this OnlyFans paleontologist girl.
Paleontologist here to tell you.
Actually, the Bible says that they're dragons and they're not real, but Jesus, a magical Jew, is real, but evolution's a Jewish conspiracy, and Genesis is real, just like the Jews told us so, and dinosaurs and evolution are like totally fake, like Jewish satanic deception.
Covered in
He's 100%. You're bookmarking that one too, huh?
bony plates and spikes all over the tops and sides of its body called osteoderms. It's basically bone.
Okay. I just can't believe this guy has like the 289,000 followers. They all think this is real. They're not all in on the joke. This is the type of stuff that just blows up. The kookiest kosher distraction. Jocelyn says a guy was saying this on the space last night. What, the dragons? Here's one with Jesus.
If you didn't hear already, Russia just released a bunch of artwork from the 17th century that depicts Jesus and a bunch of other people from the Bible as being black. And now a bunch of people on the internet are saying that white people are not real and that we were made in a lab. And that
by Jacob?
Black people are the true human race. Now, I don't know. I don't care if Jesus was black or whatever. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. What I got a problem with, though, is people saying that I'm a fake person. I am not a damn Cabbage Patch kid that was born in the 1910s because they wiped out the rest of humanity in the Great Reset, the last one. I am a real person. No one can just create a human. What about all the other races all around the world? Look at me. You can't make me in a lab. No one besides God.
All right, enough of this guy. Let's mix this up with some comedy.
Together.
What does he have to say about the melting pot? The Israel Zangwill Jewish melting pot.
When I moved to New York, though, what's funny is like New York acts like it's a big melting pot because it's like all the different cultures. Oh, we all melt together and everything. And then you move here and you realize like it's not a melting pot at all. It's actually a bunch of pots that want to live next to their own kinds of pots and not talk to other pots. My landlord is a Chinese pot. And when I moved to New York, though, what's funny is like New York acts like it's a big melting pot because it's like all the different cultures. Oh,
That guy's funny.